Thanks for watching my video. Today we're going to turn Gypsophila into a Gypsophila bridesmaids bouquet. So first of all, I bought my Gypsophila from a wholesaler's. I bought the brand Excellence, and I believe they have the fluffiest, largest heads to work with, so ideal for bridesmaid bouquets. So to make a small posy, which is what I've been requested to make, we need 5 stems. So I pulled 5 stems to one side, and as you can see on the video, I am cutting the stems up. What you aim to do is cut them where they branch off. You can have 2 heads as long as they're roughly the same height staying together. But what you aim to do is cut them as long as you possibly can, but that they only have 1 or 2 sets of heads on them. What you will find is that you do end up with some longer stems and some medium-sized stems and some shorter stems, and that is absolutely fine because we can make our bouquet using those different lengths. So as you can see, as I'm cutting there, I am starting to put them in length order. So I'm starting to put them in bundles based on the length they are. So okay, now we're on to the next stage and we firm up the length now. So I will look at all the longest stems that I have and I will go through them. Are they all roughly the same length? Potentially some of them are a little bit shorter, and I put them to one side because then they are the next length that I'm going to work with. Once the first length is done, the longest length, I then move on to the next length. And again, if some of them are proving too short, I just put them to one side. So now all the length stems are done. I am just organising a few of the smaller pieces for right at the bottom of the bouquet. Next, we move on to starting to organise the stems ready to make the bouquet. The first thing you can see me doing here is laying out all of the longest stems. It is the longest stem that you start off with because that creates the centre of the middle of the bouquet. I look for the stem with the fluffiest flowers on it. That is the one I will use first in the centre of the bouquet. What I then do is place that at the centre at the top and start to slightly cross over the stems, as you can see, and it starts to form a dome shape. You either work in a clockwise or an anti-clockwise direction, and you continually look at the shape that is being formed. Are you happy with what you can see? And sometimes if it seems like there's a patch that is missing, you'll go back and fill in a patch there. Once you've finished the longest stems, you then move on to the next size down. the next size. Always looking that we're happy with the form we're creating, that it's the same on both sides, and you keep working round with the smaller stems. Once that's done and you're happy with what you see, as you can see, I have used floral wire to wrap around the stem. I wrap it around several times, making sure it's secure, and then I fasten it up. One bouquet soon turned into 7. And the finishing touches for our bridesmaids bouquet. We finished with twine, a white sheer ribbon, and a pin with a crystal in the centre.